You guys have no idea. I'm so refreshed to not be making news videos. It's just a nice feeling. I know I do it to myself. I choose this. I choose to make that many videos, that many news videos, but like, do I really have a choice? Because this is my job. I don't have anywhere else to go. It's either this or like I'm working at Chick-fil-A, which, hey, there's nothing wrong with working at Chick-fil-A. It's just not my thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy to be making videos like this. Also, I'm just happy that I saw Godzilla King of the Monsters. Don't have to worry about spoilers anymore. It's awesome. I saw the movie a third time yesterday with my little brother, and it was like this incredibly emotional experience for me. You know, him and I just marathoned every Godzilla movie ever, so it was like we just got to this point and it's like, oh my god, it's just, we're here. Alright, Godzilla King of the Monsters. What's up, everybody? Demon back. Welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing another Godzilla Explained. Full spoilers for Godzilla King of the Monsters. We're actually not going to be talking about too much spoiler stuff. There's one thing that we're going to talk about that's a spoiler, but it was in the trailers from what I understand, so you already knew it if you watched the trailers. Alright, let's talk about the twist with Dr. Chen, played by Xia Zhang. This is a really important twist, too. This kind of changes everything going forward. So this is the Mothra twins explained. That's what we're going to be doing here today. And it's pretty significant because she was the first confirmed cast member returning for Godzilla vs. Kong. She was the only returning character who was originally confirmed for the movie for months, long before we ever found out Millie Bobby Brown would be back, long before we ever found out Kyle Chandler would be back. It was her. She was announced for a 2-movie deal, Godzilla King of the Monsters and Godzilla vs. Kong, and whatever comes next. It wasn't just those two, it was she is in those two, and if there's more, she's gonna be in the more. So she is a big deal moving forward. It seems she might be the new lead of Monarch. I'd assume Dr. Chen is gonna be the new lead of Monarch because they build her up to be a pretty prominent character. She kind of seems like she's the next in charge after Serizawa. Although, was Serizawa actually the leader of Monarch? If you read the ending credits, he is. If you read the newspapers that flash at the end, which I'm doing a full breakdown for that, I got that in the process as well. If you read those newspaper title things, he was the leader of Monarch, and he's not the leader of Monarch anymore, we'll say. I said I was only going to spoil one thing, so we're not going to talk about that. So she might be the new leader of Monarch moving forward. I don't think Dr. Ling is going to be, Dr. Ling being her sister. Also, yeah, she plays two characters in Godzilla King of the Monsters. She plays Dr. Chen, who's the short-haired girl, and Dr. Ling, who's got the long braided hair. If you're really stupid like I was, you acknowledge that there's twins, you acknowledge that Xia Zhang plays them both, and I know I say her name the American way, you don't have to get on me about it. You acknowledge that, you go, oh yeah, she's a twin, she's clearly the Mothra twin, and then you don't figure out that both of them are in the movie despite the hair changing. It was when we got like froyo after Godzilla the other day, me and my friends, when we all went and saw the movie. A couple of us went out afterward, and one of my friends was talking about it, and she mentioned like, oh yeah, it was cool seeing both sisters in the movie, and I'm sitting there like, no we didn't, we only saw them one, because I just thought the Argo flew to China to watch Mothra hatch and then flew back. I just didn't put two and two together. Despite me going on the IMDb and seeing that Xia Zhang plays both Ling and Chen, I just went, oh, one of them's her Chinese name and the other one's her Chinese American name. I'm just an idiot. Yeah, so it looks like she's going to be pretty prominent moving forward. So if you didn't know, I kind of just said it. Dr. Chen was on the Argo throughout the movie. She was seen sporting the short haircut, very reminiscent of our fellow Godzilla telepath, Miki Sagusa, or if you're Brandon Tennant, you say Miki Sagusa. That can't be unintentional. I mean, if he had both haircuts in the movie, if she had the long hair and the short hair, and the one that we're stuck with for the majority of the movie is the short hair, it's got to be intentional, right? It's the same haircut as Miki Sagusa. I think that was very intentional. It's Michael Dougherty. He is an ultra Godzilla nerd, so it probably was. And then Dr. Ling, who's posted up in China working with Kong Skull Island's returning Houston Brooks. I loved that. Studying Mothra out there in China. That's really cool. What is he doing? I thought he was retired. Why is he still out there with Monarch? I don't know. All right, let's talk about Dr. Chen because she's the one we know the most about. If you want to talk about Dr. Ling, it's that she's just like Chen, except that she's not in the movie. All right, talking about Dr. Chen. She grew up on Infant Island, which is already a huge Easter egg to Mothra. That's where the original Mothra was set. You know, they go to Infant Island, that's where Mothra lives. It has been the birthplace of Mothra in almost every continuity forever. She is in the third generation of twins. That is, her grandmother has a twin sister, her mother has a twin sister, Chen and Ling are both twin sisters, and then Chen has daughters who are both twin sisters as well, and that is the fourth generation of twins. This is significant for a few reasons. Number one, it just shows that this runs in their family, that there is clearly something going on within that family that kind of forces their hand. They are always going to wind up having twins, kind of just like a spiritual tie throughout that family. Also, it's significant because it represents the different Godzilla eras. It's a nice little hidden Easter egg in there. You have 4 sets of twins representing the 4 different Godzilla eras. I understand that it's not 4 sets of Shobijin or whatever you want to call them, the Cosmos, it depends on the continuity. There's not 4 sets of them because different actresses has played those characters countless times. But you have the Showa version of the characters, the Heisei version of the characters, the Millennium version of the characters, and then now you have the Reiwa version of the characters. She is the 3rd generation of monarch. I think the implication is that her daughters will be the 4th. She believes in her grandmother's words, that being myth is our compass, which actually plays a much more prominent role in the MonsterVerse than we anticipated. It's in Godzilla Aftershock, it's all over the Monarch website, and it's in the movie itself. So that, I would assume, is going to return in Godzilla vs. Kong as well as some sort of guiding philosophy for this character. She works with her twin sister, Dr. Ling, very similar to how her grandmother and mother before her worked with their sisters. Like I said, I think the implication is that the daughters will be the next in line. In 2009, the sisters heard about loggers hearing singing in the rainforest in Chinese Yunnan province. There were legends of singing spirits in those woods, and that attracted the attention of the twin sisters, very clearly a reference to the way the Shobijin used to always sing in the Godzilla movies. I'm disappointed that there was no singing in this movie. This drove the sisters to China. They took Dr. Emma Russell along with them. When there, this is when they found a 12,000-year-old temple that they named the Temple of the Moth. In 2019, Chen is currently working in Castle Bravo with Serizawa at the start of Godzilla King of the Monsters. She is then present for the arrival of Mothra at the facility after Godzilla's death, and she is also present for Mothra's appearance in the final showdown in Boston. Aside from being 2 sets of sisters who grew up on Infant Island, both sisters are seen to have some sort of spiritual connection to Mothra. Ling seems to know Mothra will hatch before she even does. Ling, also being present during Mothra's reawakening, is treated as something of a big deal, meaning that there is some more significance to it than just a monarch scientist is there at the time that Mothra comes out of her cocoon. Chen looks upon Mothra like no one else does. She seems to know something that we don't, that the other characters don't. She is there during the Queen of the Monsters scene, and there is seemingly a tie between her and Mothra during that scene. Also, Chen has something of a nearly telepathic moment with Mothra when she closes her eyes just before things go south in Boston and seemingly summons Mothra to help Godzilla. Chen also knows lots more about the other monsters than the other characters do, specifically Mothra. It's very similar to how the Shobijin kind of know everything about the kaiju in the older movies. That's just kind of their job. This is not the first time the Shobijin have appeared in some way, shape, or form in the Godzilla MonsterVerse universe. We got Easter eggs to them in Godzilla 2014 with a visual cue, and then we also had the Temple of the Moth photo that is actually seen in Godzilla King of the Monsters, but was revealed back in 2017 at Comic-Con, where you see the outline of both priestesses on Mothra's back. Let's talk about the rebirth of Mothra, the future of Mothra, considering that Mothra blew up, she's dead. I mean, her spirit is part of Godzilla now, but she's gone. It was confirmed during set visits that there was concept art for Godzilla King of the Monsters depicting the 2 twins alongside Mothra. In canon, Monarch ventures deep within Monarch's territory following Godzilla's takeover as king. During this mission, they actually discover a new egg awaiting to hatch. Also, I want to point out that Mothra's larva at the start of King of the Monsters, the reason it doesn't come from an egg is because it's in a chrysalis. It's something of an in-between state between larva and actual moth. The larva that's inside the egg is what will come first. I'd imagine it looks just like the Toho design, as the actual mural of the Temple of the Moth does depict the Toho designs for the larva. So if we do get another Mothra in the future of the MonsterVerse, I'd imagine it's going to be much more traditional and it will come out of that egg. And the original post-credit scene for Godzilla King of the Monsters, as confirmed by Michael Dougherty, was originally going to be the Mothra twins discovering the egg, or I guess just the twins discovering the egg. They're not necessarily the Mothra twins, but they're the Mothra twins. All of this just builds towards the return of Mothra in the MonsterVerse. If she's given a chance, if the movie does well enough at the box office to earn a sequel, we will see more Mothra. So what do you guys think about that? Did you think it was as cool of a reveal as I did? Because I just think that's amazing. Michael Dougherty had been saying for a while that we were gonna see the Mothra twins in some way, shape, or form. He made it seem like they were dead. That's the kind of the idea that I got, was that at one point in history there were two priestesses that worshipped Mothra and that they kind of were the heads of this religion, and then they're just dead now, so we only had relics from them. That was kind of the idea I got, and I figured that maybe Madison Russell was going to communicate with them telepathically. Didn't wind up coming to pass, which is good, probably for the better for the MonsterVerse. But let me know what you guys think. Did you like the way they did it? Did you wish we got the two tiny little twin girls who would sing? It's just not right for the MonsterVerse, so I'm very glad they didn't do it in this timeline. But again, let me know down below. Do you think we'll see them return? If we do see them, well, I mean, obviously we're going to see one of the two return, but do you think both of them will return in Godzilla vs. Kong? And if so, do you think that means that Mothra is going to be in Godzilla vs. Kong? Personally, I don't. I think they're going to hang on to Mothra for something after, if they do something after, which it seems like they're going to. I think that's what they're waiting for with these characters and with Mothra. But what do you guys think? Do you think Mothra is going to show up in Godzilla vs. Kong? Maybe she'll help resolve the conflict? Who knows? I certainly don't. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. D-Man, out. Aside from being two sets of twisters, yep.